Shemai guys, cross you WWS. Welcome to WWS. I am not nursing a delicate head at all. I had one glass of wine last night, just chilling, watching Your Honour, which is pretty good. If anybody else has watched it, it's pretty good. So anyway, welcome Shemai to you all, and welcome to WWScenics. Like I've said, a little bit of flat start, but let's get the energy into you. We only got Dean today, so say hello, Dean.
Yeah,
that's all we got today. Josh is on holidays, and I think Amy will be joining online sometime or something like that. Other people in the house, we got there's 3 people in at the moment, so more in all. I take it Sam's one of the ones that's dropped out anyway, so have a good day, Sam. What are we doing today? Well, let me talk about, first of all, let's have a quick chat. I finished the swamp. I didn't finish it all, but I finished a section of the swamp area, so I wanted to show you that that was made from scratch. So I wanted to show you how to do them with some of the resins that we got, but I want to go into resins and what we do with them in a bit. So first of all, yesterday, 1 year anniversary of lockdown. And I knew I'm never going to forget it because it was my birthday as well. So first of all, thank you very much for all the birthday wishes. Fabulous amount of people commented on the posts, and people went out their way to do some funny things as well. So thank you very much on that one. Much appreciated, and I probably will repeat it throughout as people come in as well, because I know there's people commented and stuff like that. Okay, rather slow coming in. I'm pretty sure that we're all in. Dean, can everybody else hear me? Yeah, hi Martin. Andrew Booth, Boone, hello boys. I'm just making sure that it is working. Oh, we've got 4, so there's 4 people. Alright, okay, so I think we slowed to come in, that's all. Facebook group, I'm going to mention the Facebook group when our numbers come up and stuff. So what I got planned this week, go to number 3, Dean. Right, so here are our resins, okay? These are our small pond and large pond, okay? So you can do a swamp area, you can use an actual pond, or you see some farmers on a hill will do a relief pond a drainage pond, where then obviously they dig an area and then where all the water runs off into that pond. So that type of thing you could create. Morning Chris. Morning Tim. Tim's having his breakfast. Breakfast delivered yet, mate? We're a bit early yet, are we? You know what I mean? So don't mention the breakfast. I'm starving already. So 3 sausages. Oh, I'd love to. Anyway, so you can use them for farm ponds and that type of thing as well. Right? We've got other ones. If Dean would be so kind to go into the glass cabinet, Dean, there's some paint. The duck pond and the small ponds are painted, so I can get some. No, the other one, the other glass cabinet. Dave, obviously these are hand poured resins, okay, right? Hand sculpted, hand poured, right? So they do have everything that we do. We haven't released our laser range yet, right? But everything else that we do, right, is hand sculpted and hand poured. So you have to have, like anything, you have to do a little bit of a clean up. They got some rough edges there, right? Put over there, right. They got some rough edges where you get a file, or a little file or something like that. You can file them down, so on and so forth. But I'm not too fussed about the edges, okay, right? Because I'm going to hide them into a diorama. But today I'm going to show you how to paint the fences and the gates and these, right? The ponds. Dress them up as well, and then put stuff in there as well, right? Because it's deep enough for me in there to put some stones and stuff like that, so they're going to protrude out of the resin, and I'm going to put do a water pour in there as well, right? Okay. Brian's in. Hello, Bri. Thanks very much for joining, guys. 10 people joined. Brilliant. Okay. A little bit of low energy today, I think. But it's nothing to do with my hangover. I haven't got a hangover, trust me. It is genuine. Just a slow start. I think slow start to the day. I think everybody's getting a little bit cheesed off because it was a year to the day yesterday. That we've been stuck in. So it's a little bit of work. We'll get it going now. Don't worry. Right. So yeah, that's a diorama again. One of the baseboards Dean's done. Yeah, a diorama baseboard. Lovely because you could just pick it up like that underneath the lips, right? all the way around. You've got, let me just show you. That's what we do. So it's nice. It's braced quite, you know what I mean, it's quite firm, right? You know what I mean, very little give on it, stuff like that. Nice and flat as well, right? So that's the baseboard that I'm going to do. That's the diorama that I'm going to make on top. I'm going to put it in, but that's for next week. So I'm putting that out of the way. And then, and then I am not quite done things. So these are the resins that I've got, okay, right? That I'm going to paint up. I cut that the size with the gate that's going to go in, and then we're going to paint them up, and then obviously the resins we got here. What we need to do, with every company, right? Whenever you do a rubber mold, right? You have whenever you do a rubber mold, when you pull it, before you pour the resin in, you put it with a bit of release spray, right? You know what I mean? Complicated ones need a little bit more, obviously, because you've got to try and jig them out and stuff like that. And then the flat pours are quite easy, but you still get, like, these are, you know what I mean? You've got little gaps into these and stuff like that, right? Just there, you know what I mean, because the fence is got a 3. Yeah, if I just show you, right, you can see that, you know what I mean, that's quite a rough edge, so it does pull on the rubber, right? So you put the spray release back to 1. When you do a spray release, back to 1, please, right? What do you call it? So it's easier to get out, but it leaves, you can feel it. It leaves a greasy little bit of thing, right? So what I do is, I asked Dean, because I didn't put one over there, to get me the isopropylene that's in that basket on top of where the blue roll is, on top of the standing desk. Standing desk, over here. Yeah, the pumpy spray. Yeah, the pumpy spray. Yeah. So this is isopropylene. Okay, right. Put it onto the rag. That's all you need, a little bit of that. You can, warm soapy water is probably the best, right? But I obviously haven't got any access to it up here, right? So isopropylene is just good enough. Just wipe it off, right? Just get a good old wipe, just to get the sliminess off it, not sliminess, what do I call it, the oiliness off it, yeah? You know what I mean? Just give it a good old wipe. Yeah, it just comes off gently then. Just so you've got enough. Yeah, just get the work on it off it. The paint won't take otherwise. We've had some. I've done some tests, and some of the paint and the flock that you put in tends to Oh, hang on a minute. We got Amy's just walked in. Happy days, guys. Happy days. Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, and she's got a diorama in for me to sort out later on. That's looking pretty good, mate. Looking pretty good. Okay, so just quick blow off. So yeah, so we'll have a little bit more upbeat now because we've got more people in the room. So say hello, Ames. Hello. There we go. I call her Ames and she goes nuts. So Amy, sorry. Right, here we go. So something simple like that, right? And then in the bin. If you hear the banging, that's Amy just coming in. So, right. So I'll do them separate to these, right? So what I start off with then, Vallejo paints now, right? Normal Vallejo paints, right? That's all I use. And I got a good selection here, and I've just selected what I think on some of them. What I think is going to work. Okay, right? Some might work, some might not, right? There's some greens, obviously, but the greens are going to be, so I'm not going to colour, I don't like colour resin, I hate colour in the resin, because you lose all the detail that I want to put on the bottom, you lose all that, and like we said, and I did a little bit from last week, I did a little bit more research. I say hello to everybody in the morning, in a bit now, right? So I did a little bit of research last week after people said, should I colour the resin for the swamp? And I did see a lot of clear water. And I'm going to stick, I'm going to stick all sorts of things in there, like, and I mean that type of thing. I'm going to stick some rubble texture in there. You know what I mean? I want to get a good moss, that type of thing underneath there, like sort of like a pond rubble, which is a still pond that hasn't been disturbed. And then on top, then just do a little bit of some lily pads, if Dean remembers to print them off next week for me. Right, and some other things, but anyway, so I got a good selection of different colours. But with this, as usual, I'm missing the colour. We'll do the fences first, right? And painting wood is quite hard sometimes to achieve, to have that good look. But again, I'm going to de-stress these as well. Like, you know what I mean? I might use some weathering powders on them next week. You know what I mean? Just to bring them up. These come pre-painted, either like this or pre-painted. Yeah, we pre-paint them for you as well, right? And obviously you get some strips of grass on there as well, right? But I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to show you with some grass tufts and how to sink them into the diorama, that type of thing, right? So, but I'm the whole purpose of it is just painting up. So right, so before I get started, let's say hello. We've got 19 people in. Thanks guys, thanks for joining me. Andy, hi mate, thank you. Dibber surf, unless there's a muddy puddle. Unless there's a muddy puddle, mate, yes, you know what I mean. But then you know what I mean, you can again whatever the colour is underneath, you know what I mean. But yeah, muddy puddle you can put in. Then you get your pigments putting into there then. But I love that shine and that the see-throughness of it. I will do muddy puddles just so, you know what I mean, in the next couple of weeks maybe, just to show you that it can go, it can happen. Main train, morning guys, morning all. Rennie, morning. Coffee. I've had a quick cup of coffee, but we've got coffee time at 11's. Clive, morning mate. Scrapline, morning guys. Yeah, morning. Thanks very much. Right, okay, so right, well, everybody else is in again now, right? So quick update again, because I mean we've got a lot more people coming in. Resin painting today, yeah, and showing up, showing a little bit more what you can do with just the resin, because I want to dress the bank and maybe little reeds coming out of there as well, where we can then, and I'm going to pour resin on top of that, right? Hopefully get it done today. I'm not prepared. I got it over there, so that's all right. I got Dean here. He knows what I'm talking about. If it was Josh, we'd have trouble. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's back next week. Look out, he's gonna have a big style, right? Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do some just to mix it up. That's all. I want to just do some resin paints and obviously try and get something finished in that work on it. But then I'm gonna put it into a diorama. There's the diorama baseboard that I've got. Yeah, you know what I mean. That Dean's knocked up for me. And then I'll show you then how you can put your resins into your diorama. Yeah, much the same what you guys are doing on the Facebook group anyway, right? On the Facebook group as well, I gotta admit it, he's not in yet. I haven't seen him, right? And Sam popped in and out, right? Morning, Gordon. I think we were last week. Any new guys are trying to shout out anyway, right? I set a competition for the boys on the group to see if we can get 1,000 people by the end of March, right? That was in, I think it was last month or the month before, and we were way off, right? We were down like 800 or something, right? We are nine away today, this morning, away from 1,000. To be fair to Sam and Craig, they've had a bit of fun doing this and trying to get people to come across, and the people that are coming across are fantastic. You know what I mean? Going and carrying on with the spirit of what the group is about, and some fantastic models on there as well. Like, you know what I mean? And the competition is growing and growing and growing. And I'm looking at the progress photos and stuff, and I'm thinking, how the hell are we going to pick this? Like, you know what I mean? And we're doing it live. Hopefully, Sam's got a new bit of tech, and we're doing it live like we did last weekend, yeah, or last week. You know what I mean? So that's going to be a bit of a. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of fun, and to be honest, the modeling's fantastic. Yeah, so great. So we got nine people. So anybody got any friends or mates or stuff, or modelers that want to join it, and let's see if we can get 1,000 by the end of this one. That'd be great. Morning, Kelly. I think Craig is just picking anyone. Yeah. He said he's got his neighbours on standby just in case. I have said I will. Oh, hang on a minute. Why have we got a maintenance thing come up? What's all that about? Sorry. Yeah, hopefully we should be thinking. I think it's running smooth. It says video to main smooth streaming. This shouldn't be failing on this now. We got full on chat and everything like that. Guys, if I start chipping and jumping and it's not me, I don't know what the hell's going on. Unless I got something else open. Let me close everything. I shouldn't have anything else. Nothing else is open. I don't think. How many of them are open? Just one. Sorry, I'm just looking at me jibbing and jabbing and stuff like that, like, you know what I mean? So I'm just making sure that we've got. Let me close that, so we haven't got to worry about that. I'm going to drop down a minute. Do apologise, guys, a little bit of technical, but we'll get there. Everything else is closed, so nothing else is running on the CPU. Yeah, well, Sam is right. So yeah, Sam's great. Yeah, 9 to go. You know what I mean? And I have said that I'll buy him a pint when I see him, but we're in lockdown, so unfortunately, we, you know what I mean? I think we're staying in lockdown for about another 2 years. I think, but by then I should have forgotten about it. Hopefully, so you know what I mean. But yeah, everything's saying it's good. Poor. Why are we poor, Dean? I don't know. I'm just gonna have a quick look.
Click open widget.
I did.
Go across.
There's just no data. Sorry guys, we're having a bit of a issue at the moment. I don't know why on the CPU. I don't know what's running on the computer. It's not the stream. It's the computer that's struggling, and it shouldn't be, is it?
Oh yeah, excellent. Now.
Oh, no, okay, the computer's having a bit of a mare with me. Ever since Amy walked in the door, that's what it is. You know what I mean? Amy's walked in the door, it's gone all messed up. Yeah, so, well, I don't even know what we're talking about. Anyway, so back to work at it. So Dave had painted some of these up, right, and he just used airbrush, right, okay. So there's the big one that he used, right, okay. A bit dusty, right, and he's just airbrushed it and just done a basic job for photos. Yeah, that one, there's the small one, right, and then we got another one, right, with ducks in it. So camera 3, yeah, there's the ducks, the duck pond, and this sells like mad. And again, like I said, right, yeah, I keep that right. You know what I mean? These are hand sculpted, and like if I put my little pinky there, you can see the size of them. Yeah, right. So, that's my index finger. Right? There it is. That's how big they are. Right? You know what I mean? Okay. Hand sculpted again. Like, you know what I mean? So crazy. My internet been playing up all night with my YouTube has been. Oh, right, okay, right. I don't know the CPU. I said I think the computer just had a bit of a mare. That's all. It seems to be stable now. Did you get a gen? I know everybody's waiting to see the breakfast that Tim was had. You know what I mean? Come on, Tim. We're starving. We want to imagine that we're eating it. I've seen something, Agent Martyn. Bri, when are you gonna get your howitzer diorama? I know I need to bring howitzer in. I haven't even started. I've left it there. Like, you know what I mean? I want to bring it in and get on with it. I don't know whether, you know, to do it on this stream, because I don't know whether you guys be interested or not. Like, you know what I mean? I know certain point boys will be, like, you know what I mean? It's the base around it that'd be good, because, you know what I mean, it's got to be a muddy stroke. I mean, war gamey type thing. Like, you know what I mean? But I haven't painted a howitzer before, and it's all going to be done by airbrush, and I'm not the best airbrush. And maybe I wait for Dave to come in and see if I can sort of get him to do it. He's miserable sometimes.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
So yeah. Sam's still with us. Can't be that busy then much. So happy days. Yeah, we're still dropping. Our CPU still. I don't know what that green thing is in the bottom down there. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Flashy and ready and stuff like that. Well, we're still going. If anybody says to me that I'm struggling, I humbly apologise. Right, shut up, man, and I'm just waffling now. So, 9 to go on the Facebook group. We got 11Cs coming up. Not a lot going on. You know what I mean? Tam's our sales manager's been off, and I need to catch up with her. We had a good brainstorming session yesterday with a couple of people, and we're going to start doing them now for work. And there's been loads of ideas coming out, but again, you know, it's all top secret, so I can't tell you. So, you know, I mean, I can dangle the carrot and go, no, never mind. Forget about that. We'll work on it. So anyway. Oh, and I got a nice new mat. Go to 3. Nice new mat. I still got the old mat, and I have bought Josh's mum a new one for her as well, because I still got the old one underneath as well, and I have ruined it because there's super glue everywhere. So I bought a nice new mat, and I bought one for Josh's mum as well. So I'm in brownie points with that one. Right. So normally I'd spray it black. Right. Leave it on there. It's going again. I've never had that issue again. We'll have to look at my computer after the stream. Dean is our sort of techie guy. He hasn't got a clue what he's talking about, mine, but he knows more than us all. So, so yeah. Normally I'd spray these black, right? So it just I'm not going to do that again. We when we model these, when we paint them ourselves, we have them. We've got black resin, yeah. So we do them in black resin. So, but this is great work, and I'm going to start off with a color of chocolate brown, right? Okay. Marron brown. That's marron. I think is Spanish for brown, or chocolate. Chocolate actually. No, brown. Anyway, shut up, man. So chocolate brown. 70872 is the code. Yeah, there it is. Right, chocolate brown. Right, chocolate brown. We tend to anything to do with woods, our base color. We tend to use that. I need my eyes on because I can't see. Okay. Right, and then just pick one and slop it on. Yeah, there's no. I'll do the edges as well because some edges might butt up, but then some edges might be prominent on the diorama. This is the only time that you would slop it on these, right? The rest is just dry brushed, right, and dry brush technique, right. But get as much into the grooves and the work, get it all in there because this is the base coat, so you want to cover it all, right. So how was everybody's week going? You know what I mean? It's flying by for me. Like, you know what I mean? Yesterday I had half a day off. They allowed me to have half a day off, although I'm still working, still texting and emailing and whatnot and stuff. I had a good birthday, thank you very much. And again, everybody that put a comment onto the group, thank you very much. Because I have put a thanks on there. There's some funny ones on there. Great. Like Carrie was one of my favourite. Don't get too hammered because you got live at 10 tomorrow. So I thought that was a good one. You know what I mean? And I had one glass of wine, so I was pretty good. You know what I mean? So I was too stuffed from the Chinese I had. So so yeah, good. Just gonna go through. Everybody's still saying hi. You know what I mean? Making sure that we haven't got any. What I call it? Andy, you're on. Who have you got on today, mate? Have you got anybody on your stream this afternoon? If not, if you have, give a shout out, mate. The weather is getting better, so yeah, the weather. Yeah, you're right, guys. Yeah, the weather is getting a lot better, and at the end of the day, so I mean, I had a sort of a bottom box toolbox for all my tools in my garage, because they're all over the floor at the moment. You know what I mean? And I've managed to get some more and build them up over the years. And obviously, you need to put them somewhere. So I had a bottom box toolbox. US Pro team. Only 109 quid. So yeah, quickly just paint them up, right? Well, this is where I can see the paint repelling on this one. You're not going to see, I don't think you guys will pick it up on this one, right? But I'm going to wait for it to dry and then go back over it again. So when I'm saying where that, what I was saying about the giving them a good clean with, you know what I mean, either soapy water or something, and I should have done that, my stupidness. Yeah, you can see that it hasn't. So I'm not going to paint that one yet. So a bit of isopropylene straight onto them. Yeah, I can see that now we're good. And then I need a bit of blue roll, clean it off. So like I was saying, we got these are handmade hand-poured resin. Yeah, okay. So the manufacturing is that Dave or Dean, predominantly Dave, will make a mold. Yeah, he'll make a master. We'll sculpt it out of whatever he's used. Yeah, and then out of that, then we will stick it to a tile, pour silicone rubber over the top of it, let that go off, and then pull it, and then once you've pulled it, you've got then your mould ready for resin. And again, all hand poured, so we pressure chamber them then as well. Yeah, so it's a pressure pot, and we pressure chamber them then. You know what I mean? So it gets rid of all the bubbles. Yeah, so what that does is crush the bubbles, where a vacuum takes the bubbles out. Okay, so when you're using detail like this, then crushing the bubbles is good enough. Yeah, and then you pull them out the mold. And but to pull them out the mold, you have to put a release agent in there. Yeah, right. And then obviously with that release agent, you need to make sure that they are that you've got rid of that release agent. Otherwise, like I've seen on that one, it repels the paint. You know what I mean? So, and you're just a bit of a pain in the bum then. Okay, like I said, these are hand poured, right? So they are not going to be perfect, right? They are not going to be your, you know what I mean, as if they have been injection molded, right? That's a completely different thing. Injection molding will be bang on every single time, right? Because you're injecting resin or plastic into a metal mold, yeah, and it's forced into it. Whereas this is just, you know what I mean, we rely on silicone molds, and sometimes, well, they do, not sometimes, they do. They degrade, yeah, you know what I mean, and you only get a certain amount of pulls out of them before you got to refresh them. And the boys try to refresh them as much as they can, but obviously the number 1 will be better than number 50. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just the nature of it. That's all. You know what I mean. But you know what I mean. These are fences. You don't want them parrot fashion. You know what I mean. If it's got one slightly different to the other one, great. Right. So let's have a go at this one now. See what it is. Yeah, there are. You instantly feel it feels better going on. Yeah, and it looks better going on as well. So job done. Just by giving it a little bit of a clean. That's all you got. I mean, I would do that. Anybody, I do that even on any resin kit or plastic kit. I'd clean them because they're gonna have some sort of oil on them anyway, a release agent. I mean, including injection molding. You know what I mean? So I do that. I do it all. Make sure you warm soapy water is the best. Yeah, but I haven't got access to it up here, so I could have had a bowl, but no, me, I'd have tipped it over to the computer or something. So. See you guys having a good old chat. That's what we like to see. Yeah, it's not all about me. It's about you guys chatting on the stream as well. Thank you. That'll be great. Just going to catch in. That's where an airbrush would help Martyn with the base coat. Yeah. I'm old-fashioned. I'm sorry, Andy, mate. I mean, I got an airbrush for there, but to do something small, I guess it's a pain in the butt to paint the brush. Clean the brush, the gun out all the time, and I like to do it by hand. Do you know what? Yeah, you've just given me an idea for the production. Why don't we give a production Dean an airbrush for base coat?
Maybe telegraph brushes.
Well, it's only a clean out. Anyway, sorry, that's a discussion for us. Yeah, I'll make a suggestion on that. Anyway, so I'm just dumping the paint on there as quick as I can so I can get on to the next stages. Let me catch up on there. Wow, Pete. Cal, yeah, I'm fine for today, thanks, Cal. I'm tippy top. Like I said, I had 1 glass of wine, but anybody knows what my size of my glass of wine is. Dean knows the size of my glass of wine, doesn't he, Dean? Yeah, it's a Stella pint glass. So I had 1, but it was a pint. I can't be bothered to get back up and down. So we hope to have Jeff Jumble in printing, and we got Pete Waterman next week. Excellent, mate. Bloody hell. See what I mean? If you don't, you know what I mean? Who am I? Like, you know what I mean? It's I was humbled by the fact that I was your first one, Andy, but you know what I mean? You've got Pete Waterman now. How the hell can I compete with that? Like, you know what I mean? I'm a better modeler than he is anyway. He loves his trains, I love his modelling, so. You know what I mean? Instead of do a model off. Come on, me and Pete model off. And he's not allowed to pay anybody to do it. So anyway, so that's brilliant. That's awesome, mate. Pete Waterman, he will have loads of people for that. I think even I might tune in for that. It's important to wash it in soapy water or wipe it through with IPA to remove the release agent. Yeah, what I call it. Just prior to paint else. Yeah, give it a good soak. Yeah. He's got a double O project, is he? I didn't know that. I know. Excellent. Yeah, that's brilliant, man. That is really good for you. Yeah, I know. Bucket size, Martyn. Yeah. I know. I don't airbrush. It's cheating. It's like, you know what I mean. It's like on a diet and eating's cheating. Airbrush is cheating for me. Like, that's it now. I've just literally, everybody's just gone. Anybody who uses an airbrush has just literally called me everything under the sun. So I've got it down with there. I just don't tend to think of using it. To be honest, I've always used brush. I like using brush. You've got, you know, you can get it up close and personal with it. One thing you've got to do for me then, Andy, mate, you've got to ask Pete Waterman if he uses WWScenics, and if not, you've got to quiz him big style. And tell him about us. You win the competition. No, he won't. No, he won't. I got to get past Sam and Craig, and they are friggin' a nightmare. Shh, don't give a secrets away. Can I just get the glass that attached to the bottle? Yeah, it's too heavy then, isn't it? Again, I'm doing, lazy. The best wine glass in the bottle. Yeah, that's a good one. What I got? If Pete doesn't pay anyone, I do them all with it. Yeah. I'm not a wino, guys. I am. What I do drink out of a glass. It's just, it's one of those Stella ones, so it looks like a wine glass. Well, that's what I convinced myself to, anyway. So. I know I do apologise, it's like one colour and a bit boring and stuff like that, but we'll get it done. I should have done some of it. I should have done a Blue Peter, shouldn't I? Here's one I done earlier. But as usual, you can always say our stuff starts off boring. You know what I mean? I always say, oh God, come on. But then I think the end result speaks for itself. You know what I mean? It comes out quite smart. So be patient, young Padawans. We will get there. Bit more brown on the palette. As long as it's not in a brown paper bag. No, it's not. I'm not. No. Yeah, that's a good one. My coffee is. It is definitely coffee. Trust me. You know. Well, you saw what Josh made, so. I was saying earlier on as well, because some of the guys haven't, you know, there's 26 people on there, brilliant, you know what I mean. I was saying earlier on about the Facebook group, yeah, being, we got 11 people You know what I mean? Sorry, we got 9 people left to get 1,000. Oh, that's awesome. You know what I mean? 1,000 people. I never thought, you know what I mean, that we'd get 1,000. I never thought we'd get 500. Like, you know what I mean? So to get 1,000 people talking about scenery, like I said, I mean, not. You know what I mean? And we got an array of different people on there as well. Like, you know what I mean? So scratch builders, diorama builders, military modelers, figure painters. Yeah, you know what I mean? The railway guys. Yeah, and I think you're all enjoying it now because everybody's sort of bouncing off each other, and even the competition, they're giving each other ideas and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's fabulous. So I'm chuffed. So thanks guys, brilliant. The one Josh made was not coffee. Kelly's give. Do you know what? It wasn't. Dean, was it coffee? I mean, come on, mate. You didn't see it, did you? It had floaty bits in it, and I don't even know what the floaty bits were. Yeah, they looked like seafoam tree seeds. So right, okay, so I'm using the same brown, right, but I'm only going to paint the edge on this one, right, much the same that we've done there, right, but I am going to highlight it up a bit, but then I'm going to make it you know what I mean, we'll change the colours then going into, the only thing I haven't got is black. I might not need it. Again, this is me representing it. If it's wrong, if you the guys don't like it, you haven't got to. You know what I mean? It's just an idea. Trying to give you some ideas of it. But I just don't want to. You know what I mean? Some people just get a resin piece, paint it up a little bit, and then plonk it on their layout. I'm just trying to show you that what else you can do with them. You know what I mean? By putting, like, it's pretty much what I did with the swamp side of it. I got some different height and different types of grass tufts over there that we used, right? And I'm also going to show you a little bit of a kit that we do, right? Which is quite handy because to fill in, because when we put them against there, I like to fill that gap up a bit. We got a sculpting kit, yeah, the green stuff sculpting kit, and I want to show you that. Shamelessly plug in our products. Can I say that? You know what I mean? So. As opposed to just modelling. Yeah, I'm just going to show you what we got that you can use with this type of thing as well. Again, and you can add then obviously little bits of, you know, you can sculpt a little bit more banking onto it or something like that, and not just using the fibre mould that we got, but the you know what I mean, the other kits that we got, which comes with the handy tools and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's pretty good. Again, I haven't cleaned this one properly. Again, I can see the grey coming through with this, and that's why I like to spray black. So when everybody says about using the airbrush first to coat, I tend to just use our a basin spray. You know, black. Normally it was Chaos Black that I used to use. Yeah, I'd spray it all black first, or we'd have black resin. Yeah, and then you can go straight from there then. Okay, so that's just doing the outer edges like that, like I've done with there, and then I'm going to change colours into there. So I'll come to that when it starts drying. I need a little bit more paint. Oh, Ollie's in. Hello, Ollie. Thanks for joining us, mate. That's great. Yeah, I mean, these just help you. You know, I mean, most people can sculpt or use the, you know, I mean, the fibre mould to sculpt the ponds in, like I did with the last. Swamp area I did. I'm just showing you that there's a good cheat out there. Yeah, I mean, why make pastry when you can buy it? That type of thing. My TV hero at the moment is James Martyn. I love the way he presents. I try to be a little bit, what do you call it? That's why I like to get the crew involved. Although I think they both sleep in at the moment. You know what I mean? So I know Dean's got a bit of a head cold as well, so bless him. But he's not going home. Get on with your work. Yeah, so sorry guys, I'm just looking at a blank screen. So there we go, just almost done on this bit. Chat amongst yourselves.
Andy's asking, was it black 1 mil used to make reeds last week?
No, and I'm not telling you now because you've got Pete. Ask Pete. He's better than me. No, no, I didn't use that. I used it was scorched, mate. Scorched 1mm. That's what I used. Oh, right. I do apologise as well. It's been quite noisy here today in the Dean. Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of people walking around and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to tell. Maybe I can get the council to shut the whole place on a Wednesday. So. Right. So what was it? It was a black 1mm I used the reeds last week. Pick up some WW supplies from Mech. Oh, did you? Oh, Mech models. Yeah, so no 1mm scorch, dude, right? You know what I mean, and then plant them in, put them in, plonk them into any of the any tuft or any reeds or anything like that you've got. Right, so we need to leave that dry a little bit. What time is it? 22. Like I said, we got these ones that I've already painted. Right, or Dave painted them like that, but you know, I mean, they're pretty. That's pretty cool. That's shiny, and that's just lots of varnish coat on top of it. If you can see, you just see the glaze there. Right, that's lots of varnish on top of the pond. Yeah, you know what I mean. And he's got that nice bluey green, but where I'm going for a browny green. Browny green, you know what I mean. Yeah, that type of thing. So I'm going to use it on that one now. Right, I'm going to just let's go for. Why we got a bit of brown paint there. Add that into it. Yeah, and then just get some colours. I'm just playing around now, right? It might not work, it might work. It might look pants, it might look awesome. It'll be the best thing I've ever done. But I can also just, yeah, look at that. I like that colour. Can you see that? I'll show you up. See, see where that paint is being. Can I come up? See it there? It's pooling, but there's a pain. It's too water. The thing is on it. The release agents on it, and I've tried to. So I'm going to leave it dry and then go back over it best I can. But again, I'm going to add a lot of detail into this, right? So hopefully. You're not going to, you know, I mean, we'll get away with it. But you've got to make sure, guys, you've got to make sure that you paint, that you clean it. And I didn't do that properly, you know, I mean, like I said, the best, IPA is pretty good, right? But the best way is, you can't beat, is warm soapy water. Yeah, you know what I mean? It does the trick. So what I can do on the bottom of that, so look at that, look at the pool on that. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's horrendous. Dean, do me a favour.
Yes.
Give me a dark, in the mud section down the bottom below there, give me a dark mud. Don't matter if it's coarse watercolour or something like that. So.
Black.
They sell Pico and WWS applicators. No, wrong colours. Dark, I said. Friggin' hell.
It's dark.
That's not dark.
It's dark.
We need to go to get your eyesight. Excellent, thank you very much.
That's black.
That'll do. So I'm going to just test something out. Well, that's better. So this is our mud. And this is not repaired, it's nice and thick. But I also get texture with this now as well, right? So these are our sort of renamed, we've renamed them as mud textures. Okay. So when they come out, I think I've been told we're about a couple of weeks away. We're almost ready. And with all the legal stuff and all the labelling and all the safety data sheets and everything that we got to do with it. We're almost there. Alright, so and we got some photos, and I know a certain person in this room is going to do some social media about it. Whoa, there's a little chuckle. She is alive. Okay, so and that's helped with that sort of it pooling on the paint pooling. Although it's quite smart on this one. I'm just gonna look at, but it's also giving me that texture that I want underneath. but it will take a little bit longer to dry. And the fact that Dean only gave me one colour. Yeah, the thicker you go with the textures, the longer it takes to dry, right? But with this, it should dry. With this, a very thin coat, so it should dry relatively quick. What I want to do now is different colours coming in. Okay, so leave that go, dry up a bit. Right, let me have a look at what's going on. Amy, hasn't she gone to make a coffee yet? It's too early yet. Dean's the coffee man. He is awesome. Oh. That's Dean's, yeah. That's Simon, that is. Simon said that's Dean's job. Well done, Si. I have never had a cup of coffee. Oh, I have. Sorry, I've had a cup of coffee from your machine, Simon. Not. Oh, work on it. Let me read some more comments. Brian with the competition, you're making trees. How are you making them? I hope you're doing them with the seafoam. Yeah, you know what I mean. I picked up some tips from there. That'd be smart. You know what I mean. Any questions, guys? Anything that you know what I mean is popping up? Do you think is going on? What you know what I mean? Shows. That's a big one. Shows. I generally do not feel that shows are going to be on, and it's going to be. Andy saying no. Amy makes better coffee. Apparently, I get you. I'll let you know if I get the chance. Yeah, shows. I mean, Andy, you must. I mean, the talk of there's social distancing still going on for a few years. Masks for several years, if at all they get rid of them. Like, you know what I mean? That's another thing that's been saying. Like, you know what I mean? They're on about like Asia now, and they, you know what I mean, keeping the masks and stuff like that. So, yes, that's not the best, I suppose. Will there be another competition, Martyn, after the current one finishes? Yes, we'll run them. It probably won't be as big a surprise as it is now, right? You know what I mean? Because we thought this is our first one for this year, so we kick it off. They are a bit of fun, so you know what I mean. I think we will. I think we definitely will do another competition. We did three last year. Brian, you know, I mean, now David Gibson won one. Craig won one. There's another person that won one. I think we did about 3 last year. You know what I mean? And we crammed it in because that was October. So we crammed it in, like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I will do it, and it'll be for, you know what I mean, this time it won't be a grander prize as it is now, and we won't put as many restrictions and things that you have to follow, like, you know what I mean? So we'll just have a bit of fun, and we'll try to incorporate then, and on guys that do dioramas, obviously you can try and incorporate into some of you guys that do the layouts, you know, in that type of thing. So yeah, I think it will. And I mean, the competition, they go well. Everybody loves them. You know what I mean? We get a good spike. Everybody's talking about them. It's handy for now, especially guys are on furlough or isolating or just at home. You know what I mean? It focuses the mind on something different than, you know what I mean? And you enjoy then going back to your, you know what I mean, your original modelling then, you know what I mean? So, and let's face it, these things, the standard of modelling that's going on at the moment, I'm glad I am going to enter. You know what I mean? But it's going to make it a little harder because I got to judge. Well, I got part judge it. Thank God. You know what I mean? I got other. It's not just me. So if we get it wrong, I can blame one of them too. So yeah. Let me have a look. been nothing until late summer. Yeah, do you reckon? I don't even know. It's late summer, mate. You gotta think of that. Them restrictions, and you know what I mean. So nightmare. Wire branches are seafoam branches. Doing modelling based on wire. Yeah. I know what to do today for me. Oh, excellent, mate. Yeah, Brian. I think you know what I mean. The wire, twisted wires. I love. We did a twisted wire competition. I think that was one of our first ones. We had a cracking one. I did a lovely one, and Josh dropped it. So yeah, you know what I mean. I trashed it as well, like, you know what I mean. And I did loads on that. I was working it. John said, "Well, no, you're never late. Nobody's ever late on this one, like, buddy. You know what I mean. You come and go as you please, like we always say." And stuff like that. Oh, we got 28 guys in. Fantastic. Yeah, you know what I mean. We are going to do. So out of lockdown, I am going to do, because I understand a lot of people can't go to 1 minute. When I talk, go to 1, right? If I talk but if I'm talking and I'm not, my hands are not moving. Oh, look! I'm waffling along. Anyway, let me see if it's dry. We're just having a look at what I call it. I think they run a comp in the autumn winter market. Yeah, Bri, we'll do it over the summer probably as well. Summer, you know, I mean, you don't want to be stuck in your attics, you know, and stuff like that. You want to be out in the garden and stuff like that, not listening to me either, like, you know what I mean. So we might even have a break from this, you know what I mean, in the summer, you know what I mean. Just so I can get on with my day job. No, you know. But again, if you guys say keep going, and like I said, I want to do some in the evenings as well, because I understand a lot of people are working as well, and we do get a lot of views afterwards. You know, a lot of views, like, you know what I mean. I'm chuffed with it, you know what I mean. So everything's growing and stuff like that, and it looks like hopefully I'm, you know what I mean, putting good content on there, so you guys are happy as well. So let me just catch up. Okay. Like you said, it's about the fun. Yeah, it's all about the fun. It's got to be. I don't want anybody, you know what I mean, worried and taking part and, you know what I mean, and stressing about it. You've got to have some fun. Otherwise, that's the whole point of modelling, like, you know what I mean. And I'm trying to get, when me, Sam, and first of all, when me and Sam were thinking about competitions, we tried to think of out of the ordinary. So you're not doing modelling, your usual modelling, and then so you're trying to pick up different skills, because if you don't know. And if you notice then, with this competition, I did a diorama with sort of the brief. So just to give some people inspiration and some ideas if they don't understand, you know what I mean, how to do it. And obviously trying to teach. Don't you take a break. Tut tut, you're my Wednesday chill time. Oh, Cal, it'll be me and you, mate, all the way. What do you say is best for making big trees? Which products? So big trees of twisted wire. I think twisted wire. You can get them. You can get a big seafoam. Dean, actually pass there's this big seafoam diorama underneath on that stand where you are facing you. Yeah, you see it? It's just like a flat board. What call it? So just to show you, right, that you can get it. This is not the tallest, but you can get a tall. What do I call it? You know what I mean? So that is, you can see the height on that. That's quite a big. If that's a tree that the size you're talking, that's pretty big. Yeah, you know what I mean, pretty tall, right? You know what I mean. That'll be sort of a standard size tree. So let me put it down so you guys can see it. Yeah. So you know what I mean. And I did. If you know when I did this one, I did different colours, like, you know, to show you the snow cap and stuff like that, right? So, and that's pretty strong, right? You know what I mean? I said pretty strong. And I just snapped the trunk in my hand. Oh God, it's going to be one of those. But they are, that's robust, yeah, because the more spray that you put on there, yeah. Some people have been asking me, how do I strengthen them? Dip in latex, yeah. Rubber latex, that's a good one. And we're going to get lots of people on the stream. Yeah, close up. Can you go to camera 2 for me, please? Let me do it, please, close up for you. Okay. I'll get a camera 2 now. There we are. That's probably best. How's that? Is that good? Is that close up? Let me get into. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so you can see that I got different techniques on here. What I did, right? I can't remember. I think it was 3 streams ago that I did this one, right? You know what I mean? I got different colours on there just to show you what you could do. There's like the foliage, just the foliage that I got, this type of thing. Yeah, that foliage, right? Okay. let me drop that down. Yeah, and then I snow capped it with using the box and stuff like that, and then there's pink flowers. And like I said, look, you know what I mean, I'm being quite rough with that. Yeah, and that's because, you know what I mean, you can see I'm being really, it's taking it. Yeah, it is really taking it, and that's because of the spray. Once the spray dries on it, right, it really makes it robust. Okay, the fine bit is the trunk. You've got to try and pin drill it into your baseboard, right, and then super glue it in to there, right, and then it's in, done. But you can look, yeah, mate, it's quite height. That's quite tall. Yeah, and that is, you know what I mean, that's in some of the large seafoam trees. Hopefully, might be this. I might have picked out the biggest one that we can get. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, Amy, can you take that? Go back to one and then take that off me. So I'll just pass this to our lovely assistant, Amy. Thank you, mate. Yeah. So that's that type of thing is make sure I got no flock all over that now. So that's one of the things that you can see. The best one is twisted wire by far, because you can get the robustness, the frame is robustness. It's all then about, you know what I mean, how you put. I normally mix PVA in with. No, I don't. I normally mix basing glue in with super glue. In with plaster. You know, just to give that little bit of rubberness to it, right? PVA is pretty good because it's a rubber-based glue anyway. Ours is plastic-based. I'm telling you now, there's going to be people on here that's going to tell you how to do. You know, I mean, you can. There's putties. There's all sorts of things that you can do. But for me, seafoam. I like the seafoam because it's delicate. If you notice everything that I'm doing, I'm using seafoam big style now at the moment because it's all little bits of, you know what I mean, you can get that finer detail with it, like clump foliage, although we're going to have a great range of clump foliage coming out soon, as my coffee arriving, so thank you, Dean. We're going to have a great clump foliage coming soon, but so that we might as well treat this as Elensies. Yeah, no worries, mate. Excuse me. I don't smell it. Amy's at the keyboard. When you get clump foliage, I got it somewhere. For me, yeah, when you put sort of, I know you don't put that much on there, but it's such a non-see-through product, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I get with that? It's such a, you know what I mean, that soaks up such a lot of the diorama, it soaks up a lot of the light and the colour and everything around it because it's just a solid object. So I like to have small bits of this around, together with seafoam and with the foliage on top to break it up. I don't like to have that solid bump mass type thing. Yeah, does that make sense? Am I being a bit too arty-farty on that one? I don't know. I mean, let me know, guys. Let me know. Speak your mind. If you think I'm arty-farty, let me know. I learnt all about trees from you on your Facebook group. I was struggling, like, made with them, and I was about to give up, and then pre-made little laugh. Now I'm knocking them out. Okay, thanks. Yeah. And that's the thing as well. Like, people seem to see foam trees, and they are very delicate in their raw state, and they're a little bit anxious and I'm using them, but you know, I mean, together with the box, putting foliage onto him, putting sprays onto him, more the spray you put onto it, the better. You can see that one. I was literally giving it all that, and it was what I call it, and I mean, it was doing it. You know, and Andy's put something on there now. Yeah. Ollie started using seafoam as well, like, you know what I mean. So it's great. Making trees with wire. Yeah, wire trees. Like I said, we did that competition, the wire tree competition. I don't know if did you enter, Andy? I think you were on there. I know you were. But I think, yeah, you did. I think I'm pretty sure you did. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's for me, making your own. Yeah, either out of seafoam or twisted wire. Even I haven't got one here now. Plastic trees. No, then I got some plastic trees. Maybe next week when I'll put that on there. I'll show you what to do, how to transform plastic pine trees. Yeah, just normal brown plastic pine trees. And I think, Andy, you've seen this before on the demos I've done with the box. How simple and quick it is, right? And how much, if you've got a load of those as a pine forest, and you put different colours into it, like different tones of greens and a couple of browns and stuff like that, where you would get like dead trees and stuff. And even stripping a dead tree, even cutting out, you know what I mean, cutting the plastic tree down, so you just got a dead, and just put a little bit of flock on as well, you know, transforms it, big style. The only thing I haven't tested, and now that I got that big tree there, right, I've got a date stamp on it because of, I got a date stamp on it because it's on a group, so on YouTube, is what happens to the seafoam? Does it go brown? Because I'm looking at seafoam here now, right, and I go, when we get a batch in, it's obviously lush and green. But Jason was doing some, what I call it. Morning, mate. Thank you for yesterday. Yeah, happy birthday for me. Thanks, Rich. Thank you, mate. Yeah, you're the only one, mate, today. but you're a day behind. So everybody else wished me yesterday. But I did know you did yesterday, so fine. Yeah, so and Jason, I saw Jason a couple of weeks ago when he was doing some seafoam tree with a what I call it. Again, apologise, something's reversing through, and he's probably going to do a bang as well because of the sleeping policemen. Remember they used to be called sleeping policemen on speed bumps? Did you know that? Yeah. You too? They used to be called sleeping policemen, Dean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dean does. Yeah, Amy doesn't. Yeah, you know what I mean. Right, so yeah, so I'm gonna have to shout a little bit louder now because this beeping's getting louder. So hurry up, for God's sake. But the seafoam went really, because he had it for years, and went really, really brown. So I don't know, with the foliage on top, it should stay the same, right? It should stay the same. But we got to make sure that, you know what I mean, we've got to make sure that I got a long test in there now, so I'll keep that tree, and I'll, you know, we'll test it over 6 months or something like that to see if it changes colour underneath. But it shouldn't make a difference because we've covered it anyway. So I might be waffling and work for it. Modelling, well, 11 o'clock, so happy, Richard's in as well, everybody's saying hello to Rich. Happy 11sies, right? Quick slurp of the coffee. I try to do as posh as I possibly can. I don't put the pink out, I can't put the pink out of this because it burns my hand, right? And the microphone picks up my slurping, so. And it is coffee, like, go to 3. Look at that lovely cup of coffee. Dean makes a crack, and I taught him well. And there's nothing else in it either. I wish there was, but it's not because I got to drive home. So, right. Modern with Martyn offers. I am sticking with the debola. Oh my God! Did that not go whoosh? Honest to God. Yeah, I took Thursday and Friday off, and Dean was swearing at me because he is the one at the pack them and pick them and all sorts of things. Wasn't it, Dean? Yep. Yeah, you know what I mean? It just went mental, right? So I'm going to run it. I've got the guys to print some more off, right? And I'm going to run it again for this week, right? Because it just went, you know what I mean? The modern offers went really well, the last 2, but this one just went mental, right? So it actually, you know what I mean? The debola, right? You know what I mean? People were saying, wow, what a fantastic idea. You know what I mean? Works a treat. I showed you what it did. They got a little clip video on there as well, which I'll circle around again. Shut up. Wait. Andy, Andy, go, you're more for demanding today, Andy, aren't you? So, yeah. So, you know what I mean? This is the debola. Okay? Work the treat. I'll recirculate the little clip I did, right, and obviously spread the word, work to treat, right, and there's loads of you that has got it. Please, you know what I mean, even film it, put a little clip onto the group, you know what I mean, or let me know when it comes and stuff like that, but it did really well. So that's Modern with Martyn offers. Next week, maybe I'll put the duck ponds on and stuff like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I know some of the ponds are on, but some of the ponds are not. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's one of our usual WWS things that it's on a platform somewhere, but not everywhere. And bless Tamsin, she's working a little tail off to try and get everything on everywhere, because Mark and I, when we started, we went, we put a little bit of here, put a little bit of there, and then all of a sudden we went, hang on, we got more managers coming in, they were going screaming at us, why did you just put it everywhere? And it's all sorts of things. So yeah, we'll work on that one. Andy's asking the question about what's that? What link did you put on?
It's for the debola.
Oh, right, okay. Me. It's all about me. I'm looking forward to yours. You haven't put many shots of yours on, and because you've got 28mm walls, which Dave designed. So, and I'm not allowed to show them yet until you've done. I will show the other. No, I can't. Actually, no, I won't. Well, no, I won't. I'll do it tomorrow, next week, or the week after, or whenever. After the competition. Well, goodness, so I won't show you walls. Right, so Andy's asked about the muds. Yeah, I can see I'm using them. I'm sort of teasing you. I spoke to Tams today, bless her, she was off last week. We're looking at hopefully everything tied up in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, don't hold me to that date because there might be something that comes along in legislation or something comes along in, a label is wrong or something like that we've got to change. But we're hoping to sort of get them sort of going within that time. Hopefully we'll have our deep water, and I am now testing shallow water, single pour air dried shallow water, which would be ideal for this. Can't go thick, right, because it's acrylic, so every acrylic, as everybody knows, shrinks, right, and then sort of peels then, like, you know what I mean. But I am now starting to work with chemists, production people and all that type of thing, right. I am talking to them and say, this is what I want, this is what I wanted to happen, and then we're going to go into testing phase. That's sort of a bit of an exclusive news to you. As to when it's coming out, with everything you've got to do a long test, you know what I mean, because you can send it out to you guys and, you know what I mean, in 6 months time you're all screaming at me and chucking it back at me, like, you know what I mean. So we've got to test. Yeah, I've got a couple of things that I tested last year and they still fine, they still clear, they still haven't peeled or shrunk. But then some I have which have peeled, shrunk and watercolour. So there is still the watercolour. 2 weeks time, just in time for payday. Oh, now we didn't do that on purpose, but now we're saying it, I think yes, because I don't even know what day it is. I mean, yesterday somebody at the time, it was my birthday, so I got up in the morning and my daughter was saying, happy birthday, Dad. I went, oh yeah, forgot about that. You know what I mean? When you're 25, it just, time flies, doesn't it? You know what I mean? So got one to Martin. Thank you, mate. I'm just going to flick through. We're still saying good mornings. 28 guys, 28 people, 13 likes, something going on there. You know what I mean? Where's my spanners? Get on them, shout at them. 2 weeks time. Yeah, so there's sort of a bit of a news going on. Look, we've got the frustrating thing with us at the moment, like I said with last week. You know what I mean? The growth and the stuff like that we're going. Everything. There's a lot of stuff in the pipelines, and we had a brainstorm meeting yesterday, and my God. Yeah, you know what I mean, phenomenal amount of stuff that came out of it. We had to cut it short because there was so much. Yeah, we couldn't shut Dean up, right? You know what I mean? And we want to, you know what I mean, we got some really smart stuff coming out, which will be sent out for testing as well, like, you know what I mean, so to make sure. But it's just frustrating at the moment because, you know what I mean, we just can't seem to go. I wish you were 25. Yeah, and I'm 49. Big 5-0 next year, and so last year was my first year off. First year of having my birthday off because I'm normally in Alexandra Palace. We're normally in Ali Pali doing that show down there. Mark and I were. Yeah, Mark used to do Wally. It was his birthday at Wally, so you used to get a free pint out of Pico, and I had nothing. Yeah, because we went as WWS then to Ali Pali. Fantastic show, really. You know what I mean. Wally's Wally. At the end of the day, Wally's the number one. Like, you know what I mean. But Ali Pali's a good show as well. Some really nice people down there. We did it for years. We've been there for years. Like, you know what I mean. And we've grown. Get a bigger show. Dean's been down there with us as well. You know what I mean. It's a mad show. So last year was like, I was like, oh, okay, they've cancelled Ali Pali. Great. And we didn't have a lockdown. And then they announced the lockdown at 6 o'clock on the 23rd of March last year. On my freaking birthday. Oh, was I so cheesed off. And then I've had another birthday still in lockdown. It's my 50th next year. I won't be able to go anywhere. I'm probably still in lockdown. I'm here talking to you guys, which is fine. I'm happy with that. So great. 25 with 24 years of experience. Yeah, it's 25 plus VAT. So, so anyway, I hope you enjoy your coffee. Tim, what was your breakfast? You haven't mentioned much about it. Put loads of pics of the wall. Walls are lovely. Yeah. So, okay. Where's our fantasy walls Dave did? We'll put that show. Yeah, Ali Pali next year. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. John, you must have come. If you've been there, man, you must have come across us. We're all opposite, predominantly opposite, or opposite to the left of Rails of Sheffield. We always seem to be around where Rails of Sheffield is. To be honest, we do all our BRM show, and obviously we've been up with Pico with Wally. But I mean, sometime I'd like to think that we can go up there on ourselves and blah blah blah. Right, back to painting. These are dry. That's still a little bit wet, but what I can do with that, I need to leave them dry a little bit longer. You know what I mean? These are alright though, I can crack on with these. I want a nice dry brush now, right? Because this is dry brushing, okay? And what I tend to use then is good old English uniform. Alright? Put a dip into there. It's cool. Go to 3. Typical, won't come out. Open the lid. Right, okay, so dry brush technique, yeah. Get as much off it as you can, right? Or be as gentle as you can, right? I'll put my eyes back on. He's still busy eating it. 7 years ago, Martyn. Right, okay, yeah, it's a really fantastic show now. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's really growing. To be fair, I still have to. You know what I mean. Wally's still my favourite place to go, and that's not because Andy's on the thing. That generally is. It's so busy and so hectic and so in your face. I love it. Okay, and then that's all we're doing. Can you see that? Can you see the highlights on that, guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
So all we're doing is just highlighting the area, right? Right, on the outer edges, and then more on the top. I'm gonna ask Dean. I don't know where it is. Damn, there's a paint that I need to look for, which is bone flesh, white bone, bleach bone. I don't know what colour bleach bone is, isn't it? It might be up there. Because I want to do like a final highlight. I've got to head off now. I'm live at 7. Yeah, mate. And I mean, if I get a chance later on, I'll pop in. I'll try to support as best I can, mate. Sometimes it's just flat out with, you know what I mean, with answering questions and the fallout. Well, as you know, mate, as you know. But I'll try and get there, dude. But everybody else, yeah, you know what I mean, guys, jump into Water Road. Yeah, it's always a good watch. No, it's not, probably not there, then, it's not. It's a cracking watch, to be fair, especially with the new layout as well. So if you go, I've gone a bit thick there now, right? If you can see, but don't worry about it because I can put foliage over that, right? You know what I mean, there's always things that you can do to hide your mistakes. Yeah, you know what I mean, and doing, like I said, we model live here, yeah. So there's no hiding my mistakes. I don't make mistakes anyway. I make good ideas. I can see it on you. I mean, I'm going to get away with it because hopefully you guys are not going to see that, and I'll tell Justin and Amy not to take close photos of it. But you can see, I can see the grey coming through where I needed to spray it black. Yeah, so I mean that's coming out quite nice. That's a good rickety fence. Yeah, can you see that, Dean? Can you see the colour?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, I'm getting just about. And you get to see me, and I get to see you, mate. Always get to see you, buddy. Although Andy's putting images of the wall up. yeah, this is obviously part. This is going to be part of a bigger build, right? And I mean, and it will get a little bit more interesting. As you know, I mean, we start the modding right at the start. Yeah, you know, I mean, fresh. So you guys get to see the fresh stuff that we got, and then we turn it into hopefully something that you guys like. And it's just giving you ideas of what to use and what to do and what to, if you use them. And then the gate, then we got, oh, I ain't got silver. See, I'm not prepared again. I thought there was. Today we were sitting down, having a cup of coffee, having a cup of coffee, thinking, yeah, I got everything ready to go. And I've forgotten 2 paints already. Law of the sod, that is. So that's the top. Okay, good, cool. Right, they're done. I'm going to quickly check these. Because sometimes if the paint is not wet, and I think Andy, we were talking about it, mate. I see a grey wall and I want to paint it black with a drying stone. Yeah, that's a good look. We're going to dry brush the same as what you were doing. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm just sort of catching up on what I call it. How do you stop dry brushing falling off in time? It shouldn't. It shouldn't fall off. It probably fade away, but it shouldn't fall off. You can seal it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I used Clamprint on the Vallejo. You can seal it. There's some good matte sealers out there. And that gives that will then also add a little bit of depth to it as well. That's a good one. I use Vallejo. What I call it, matte varnish. That's pretty good. Use Tamiya paints rather than Vallejo, but that's what I had at the time. What I call it. Yeah, you know what I mean. And yeah, so hopefully, oh no, shut up. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it because I keep saying hopefully, and it never happens. So. There is something happening very soon, which I'll let you know closer to the time, and I mean if we were ready or not. And how was that? Because I'm sick of saying, "Oh, this is happening, that's happening," and then it doesn't happen, and I look at right. Yes. That's our neighbours chopping away outside. To be fair, they don't know that we're filming up here. I should tell them. I should have a member of the crew say, "Oi, talk quiet there," but probably interesting, really. So yeah, just highlighting. I keep forgetting that. Sometimes I keep forgetting that we're on camera. Again, I got a little bit of grey by there, right? But again, I can hide that with a bit of foliage that we're going to do. Same goes for this one while it's out. You can do a little bit more extreme highlighting if you want, which is what Dave will probably have done, or I if I found my paint, I would have done, but we can get away with this, to be honest. Because I can add texture, because this is just, we've got a bit of texture in there. Right, where the resin's been shaped, but I want a proper earth texture in there. I want a foliage texture. I want a bit of wood in there, stone, something hard. That type of thing. Use a matte coat after the dry brush has dried. Never known it to fall off. Matte coat is great if you had heavy weather. Look, washes, blah blah blah. You need a film in it. I got a sign on there. I have got a sign, but Like I said, I'm elevated, and so they don't see it. Excuse me, I'm gonna slurp the coffee as well. You can see me in my little thing down there. I'm on a cup of coffee. Okay, that's finished. I have got a sign up, and only my staff sort of pay attention to it. Well, no, they don't, because they still storm in through the door, boom, and then they get shamed then, because I announce someone who comes through the door and then they run off. Layla's not really good for that, but she's got a day off today. Well deserved day off. Okay, right, okay, quite happy with that. It's still, some of the muddest areas, bits are still wet. Anyway, so clean the brush off. What do I normally do? Forget. Right. Okay, so I got to add a little bit of silver bits for there, right? But I can show you. That's simple next week. Okay, so I'm going to start dressing this now. Okay, so I'll do the small one first. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. If it's going to turn out any good, right? You know what I mean? But this is dead fall, right? So I'll tell you the truth. It's bits of what bits of the bottom of the box of the seafoam tree. So these are all seafoam tree trunks, right? But it's great. We sell it as dead fall, and I'm not sure if it's on the website. It probably isn't, but so be it. Look at that. Look at that. Can you see that, Dean?
Yeah.
Little brown bit there. That's a cracker little piece. That is.
A bit of weed.
Yeah, a little bit of weeds and stuff like that. So boom, added. So we've got details. So my little, you know what I mean? Bosh. That looks stunning now. Well, I know you can just about barely see it, but bosh. But I like that. The colour's right. Oh, there's some more with that. So I'll put them to the side. Okay, so I want like small bits now, and then this is like placing it. You know what I mean? Because that, if you put that like that, it's just, you know what I mean, maybe fit there, but no, it doesn't even fit there, like, you know what I mean? So, and it's pond at the end of the day, so it's only going to be smaller bits going in, so. And I got a little slate as well. So what I'm going to do is dry fit at the moment, just to have a look to see what I'm trying to go for. Okay. You know what I mean? And I'm going to pick some really nice, like, detailed. I mean, if you look at, let me get that. Yeah, look at the detail on that. You can see that. So that you can pick that detail out. Lovely. You know what I mean? But it might be too big. That looks too big for me. Maybe that one. Yeah, okay, that might work. I need a smaller one there. Oh, there's a smaller one. That's a nice detailed one there as well. Oh, it fits lovely there. So put that one there, and then we can have some of this then debris around it. So that type of thing. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. But don't forget that I mean obviously looks alien to what is there, but I'll paint that back. So I'll dry brush that in, you know what I mean, in the colours that we've got. Like a good wood colour or something like that to blend into that surrounding anyway, you know what I mean? And then it's just sort of picking out, you know what I mean, small rocks, you know what I mean, and then building up. I mean, there's another small one. Now we can do, and then maybe something like a long one going across it, something into the bank. It's just trying to get it sort of picked out. Maybe not, maybe too big. I mean, you could have a big flat one in the middle, maybe. You know what I mean, with the water, or I mean, a bigger one. That's a nice one. I try to pick them out so you've got. See, I mean, if you look at that jagged detail there, that's stunning. And I'll paint and highlight that as well. Like, you know what I mean? Into a nice a white highlight or a light grey or a highlight, and then stick it. Oh, I reckon that's a cracking little spot, but it fits into that little thing there as well. So, super glue, Martyn's favourite. Super glue and accelerator, yeah, activator. Okay. I like that there, so that's going there permanently. So, blob it on. I mean, I'm doing it now, and everything's still wet. So, unfortunately, little blob there. Put a super glue onto there. So the activator onto the stone, and then place it. Oh well, that's quite smart. And now what we can do, because stuff would sort of float into it, make it smaller. So get your, this is where I gotta look for something now. Yeah, scalpel, get your scalpel, make it a wee bit smaller. That just shot off. I was going to use that piece as well. It just shot off somewhere. Okay, and then sort of, I'm dry fitting here, and if I like it, then we'll go to basing glue. Yeah, we'll use our good my basing glue, and then I need a tub for that. Smaller pieces. There's a nice small piece there. Come across, and I'm doing it now because I'm going to dress from there outwards. Okay. Cool. I'm just having a look. Yeah. Yeah. To get when I get going with this, guys. You know, what I mean, it's sometimes less is more. But with this, I like to have. I want to put a lot of detail into this. Over detail it. Oh. Cool, right, bit of basing glue I need now, so I'm going to need to clean it off because it's all dried in the spout. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to put it on a bit of, so over here. Put a little bit on there, okay. Right, I got a lot going on, I understand, right? So I'm going to try and get things away so you just focus on the one thing, right? Okay, so that little spot there I'm working on, right? And now I'm just going to add detail, so bit by there. This is just our normal static grass basing glue. Stick it in, let it dry. I see me coming in. It tends to all congregate around stones anyway, doesn't it? You know what I mean? So that's a bit too long. We're getting big as well, so the scale is looking a bit rough. So let's chop some of these up. That's got a branch sticking out actually, so I'm going to stick that. You're clicking, this is Amy doing I'm modelling for a magazine. There's a little branch sticking up there. It looks stunning, to be fair. Sometimes, you know, I mean, it's just accidentally placing it and it works a treat. So again, you're going to be on camera, Ames.
No, no.
Okay, and it's a nice little one by here as well. A little duddy one. You know, I mean, these are they are resin. Resin pieces, yeah, but they still a diorama in themselves. So we still want to get little bits of, you know what I mean, interest here, there, and everywhere onto it. So you know what I mean. So you can. So yeah, so you know what I mean. There's points of interest for there. So you look, oh, I like that a little bit. That stood out, and I didn't see that bit for, you know what I mean, for a while. That type of thing. I got somewhere from last week. Yeah, I got these things here, so I'm just gonna see if it might be a bit over for it. Oh, it might work. I know it'll work on there. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it on that one. Okay, let's just add a bit more to it now. You know, build the detail up. That's what we want to do. There's these, but yeah, if you look at them, yeah. See if I put that across there. See them sticking out. That's stunning. Yeah, that looks stunning. That's the fine detail I love to see. So, but I need to try and keep it. So, and I cut something off. I get my tweezers like that. Oh. Yeah, you can see there now that little detail sticking out. Yeah. Okay. So again, I want to get it so it's over the bank. Oh, well, that's quite smart. Okay, cool. Right, I need to put a little bit of texture around now, so I'm gonna. So this is our fine dark grey. Just open the bag. Fine dark grey ballast, yeah, grey ballast. This is really fine. Okay, you see it? Yeah, it's really fine, right? So I'm gonna stick that. So I need a brush, dry brush, a bit more basing glue, and I'm gonna take my time with this one now because I only want to don't want to overload it, right? But and then this with your fingers just sprinkle on, and hopefully it's only going to stick on where the glue is. Oh, I nearly put that in the glue then. I did. I only want little on the edge of stuff. Okay, and I can do a little by little just to build it up. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. They all say they try their best to avoid the camera, and everybody's telling you to get on the camera, Amy, so they all want to see you. So
I'll show them my diorama later.
yeah. Just building a detail, and I'm going to cross here now. And I'm going to go for some bigger stones now as well, right? So to our fine ballast, a little bit more now. Leave the excess there a moment, right? Let's just get some of the stuff down more into it. So this is bigger. Yeah, you can see in my hand. Yeah, that's a lot bigger. Okay, so I'm gonna put them there. But so I only want certain areas. Like a clump of stones. And some of that might fall off, but it's fine. In the fine stuff. Because this will, this hopefully, because the nature of that pond, it does slope in, so hopefully some of the stone will be in the water and some of the stone won't be. Bless you.
Thanks.
come across here. You'll have a big area there of thick stone. Cool. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit more debris in now. So that other one that disappeared. So that's a good one for you then. Yeah, so it's all fine. I mean, it doesn't stick out now, but then obviously when I pick it out with, with some paint, and obviously we start to dress around the area as well, because these banks are going to get a bit of dressing as well. Yeah, I still want the mud texture sort of come through, but I also want different textures going into it as well. Like so, something like our scatter, which was available a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, the earth scatter. So again, put on by brush. Yeah, and then put an area like that. And put it on. Now it's already brown, I know, but it's a different texture. It's not like a smooth resin. You've got that texture, okay? Bring it up, have a look. Yeah, just see that little area I just did by there now, right? It's an earth texture, right? So it does, it sort of catches the eye, it does blend it around a bit. I know I'm going to put a lot at all. Okay, so put the debris away a minute. I did put something somewhere, I can't remember where I put it now. Anyway, put that over there, There's another piece but there I just found. Just caught my eye, I thought, ooh, that's nice. Ah, they are perfect there, look, perfect. If I can flip it around. Put that in the glue. Come on. There we go. That's weighted down lovely. Okay, so there's not a lot of green going on at the moment. I understand that. There's a bush there, and I'm going to put in, because I do like it as a dead bush, and I'll just pick a spot. Oh, there's a lovely spot, but there, stay there. Okay, so I've just added that little bush now, and yeah, that little area over there, it's come out nice. Right, so I'm just going to leave that dry a little bit more, but I'm going to carry on doing a little bit more stuff. I'm going to leave that where there's sort of the excess is rolling into that there. I'm going to leave it there. It looks quite smart. So now I'm going to add some of our foliages now. Okay, I am going to add some clump, and I am going to add some, may even do some bulrushes like we did last week. As a thing. Maybe I'll have to do that next week as well, because it's taking some time up. This is now. It's quite smart though. I'm quite enjoying this. Let me know. Okay, so basing glue again, right? And I'm going to go for a smaller brush, because I'm going to start adding detail now. And some guys will think, oh, what's the point? And some guys will be, oh, I'm loving this because it's fine detail, and you know what I mean. I can't please you all, I do apologise, but you have stuck with me. Jason, right, okay, let me catch up, what I call it. Have you got ducks and wildlife to finish off? I showed earlier on, so what I call it. There's our duck pond, yeah, with ducks. So we have got ducks, yeah, to scale. Is the forest ground cover, Martin? It's a fine version of the forest ground cover, Andy. Yeah, you know, it was available last week. She can't get. We've got it. Jason's in. Good morning, Martin, and a belated happy birthday for yesterday. Thank you very much, sir. I was talking about you earlier on, Jason, actually, about one of your streams about brown sea foam. Everybody's saying hi now. Okay, right. So finer brush. Yeah, there's my finer brush. Okay. Get some glue, and this is where now I'm just going to start putting the detail in. Okay, I start to see green. I mean, look, I'll bring it up to the camera in a minute. All right, so but you can just start to see it. And I'm working, and it's still wet. And normally I'd have like a couple of hours in between, because I can see the stones. I don't want. There you go. Out of the way. When you pour the resin, yeah. Pass me the swamp one, Dean, please. The one I did last week. When you put, that's a lovely. Look at that. Sorry, I just got sidetracked again. Look at the detail on that. That's going on that one. That's a big log. When you pour the resin, right? This is the resin. It's dry now, right? Okay. But you can see, right, that it picks up detail like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, you know what I mean? You can see that it enhances the detail, right? So any detail that I put underneath there, excuse me, I'm talking with my brush in over, any detail that I'm putting underneath there, thanks Steve. Right, you know what I mean? It's gonna be highlighted when we pour the resin in anyway, right? Okay, so or the water effect in it anyway, right? So cool. I'm gonna stick my brush in there in a minute. I can see it. So you know, all I'm doing now is just picking out certain areas, putting a bit of green into it. Okay, if there's like one or two spots that I can see that's sticking up, leave it there. It's brilliant. Yeah, it adds to it. Now around the tree, around this area on the stone, yeah, we want a nice dollop, because algae would sort of. I'm gonna do some of the bottom, and then when the resin's dry, I'll then add a little bit to the resin on top as well. I mean, which is probably next week's show anyway. So, yeah, and like I said, it's going on to the. Okay, let's get that. It's going on to a diorama anyway, right? So. Oh, look at that over the stone. Can you see that over the stone? Yeah, that looks stunning, doesn't it? I mean, bit of algae growing on the stone. So I'm going to actually come across. Yeah, that looks wicked. And then there's little secrets then that you can hide, like the top of the base of the stick, the wood that you've done with there, with algae. And algae would start growing around there anyway, like, you know what I mean? So, and then the other things we can do now is change colour, you know, to our this colour, right? Yeah. or olive green. 25 watching and only 19 likes. Thank you, Andy. Yeah. Yeah, guys, don't forget. Oh, right, we got 9 to go. We probably got less now, right? Because the boys have been working in the background. But yeah, we have got what I'm thinking of at the moment. So we've got 9 to go, and then we're on. We got 1,000 people, which, like I said, I never thought we'd have had. So I'm well chuffed with that. You know what I mean? That's some good going there. Some hard work by the boys there, to be fair. Okay, just changing colour on you now, and I'll bring it up because I want this to go over the stones. So I'm gonna lightly. Normally I'd leave this dry, yeah, but some of the stones might come up off like they are. Get off. But I want the glue. Honestly, it doesn't matter if they're loose, right? Because you know, what I mean, like I said, the resin will. Sorry, the water effect will hold them in. Yeah. So if you see that, yeah, you can just see that. You know, I mean, that's quite a little bit, quite smart. And what we can do then is just add. Hopefully, it'll stick. Is a different color, just to highlight that other color, the darker color, which I love. Yeah, see that? Just sort of changed it straight away. Yeah. I'd love for you to post a link, mate, but unfortunately, algae might be there, right? I'm not 100%, but the olive and what I call it is another product that we're working on. I'm just teasing you at the moment, but we've got a big range of this coming out, right? So we got a big range of clump foliage, yeah, in different colours, yeah. And we've got scatters then, you know what I mean, foliage like this, right, which it would be great in coarse and fine, right, and then we've got flower flocks and stuff like that coming out as well, like, you know what I mean, so that was one of the topics that we were talking about yesterday. I get samples in like this to test the colours and to test the thing, and then obviously I can play with them and then show you guys what's coming, and then, you know what I mean, and then we'll get Amy then on social media to show you when it's coming out and blah blah blah, so on. So okay, just making sure that you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I did a load of this on the bottom of the swamp area I did, and it came out quite smart, so I'm gonna just do patches of it, just really fine patches of it, but mixed. But hopefully don't make it look like it's just a plodge of stupidness, which we can add something different to it. Right, do I want something sticking up here? Let's think. I think so. I think we can, right? So what we can do is clean that off. Did I pick them out? I did. Okay, so back to the reeds, yeah? Remember the reeds that I did? So I'm quickly going to do some reeds on this one now, right? And I'm going to do a low reed, because I'm going to stick it just with that. This one's sticking out. We'll do a bulrush, but we'll do a small one. And actually, here's one I prepared earlier. Right? Okay, so for you guys that never see me doing it, which you probably all have, right? Let me have a cross raises in. Morning, everybody. Morning, Bri. Off topic question: what glue would you recommend for car interior trim for flocking? I got some flocking, and it's crap. That's your such a tease, man. Yeah, I know. What product have you used, Peter? We may be able to help you. You need a 2-part epoxy resin for work on. That's probably the best, really, to you know, I mean, for hard wearing. Right. Okay. So usually, guys, yeah, all you do is you get a bunch of that, right? Yeah. I stick it into super glue, Yeah, dip the end into super glue, leave it dry, right, and then trim it down then, and spread it out. Okay, right. We don't want something that big anyway, do we? Right, and I'm gonna feel where the super glue is, because I want to cut off that clump there, right? Because I don't need all that, and then I'm gonna sort of say, right, okay, we're gonna go small scale. Yeah, I gone really tiny. Yeah, you can see it. And then what we need to do is spread it out a bit more. Yeah, like a reed would do. All around. My favourite thing, super glue. We're going to stick it right in the middle of that. But there, bosh, and stick it in. Don't forget now, some of that's gonna be in the water. Bit of squirt. Oh, that's not good. Okay, leave that dry. Let it go so it's a stiff area, and then now, oh, here we go. So my favourite toy, as you all know, yeah, the box. Excuse me. All right, ta-da! Disappear. And back. And then we want scorched 1 mil. So Andy was asking what grass that we were using before, right? Which is for the bull reeds, yeah. Oh, look at that! I stuck up. I keep doing that. Never mind doing that. Yeah, that's a scorched 1 mil. Upside down, Martyn. Yeah, 1 mil scorch, and then you get the other colour reed. Right, we can use these as reeds. I'll do a reed out of this one for this side just to show you. Okay. But all we do is we pick a stem, a good thick stem. There's one here somewhere. I can feel it. There we are. That's a good one. Yeah, like that. Okay. I'm going to move this over to one side. Well, I'll have to move it in the middle so you guys can see. Sorry, excuse me a minute while I just move everything out of the way. This stuff goes everywhere when it wants to. Okay, we need the box there. Okay. For the clip, I always put the clip roughly round about there. When you're using 1 mil, you don't need above, unless you're doing something intense. Okay, we only need a little bit of grass on there, that's enough. Don't need much more than that, okay? Because you're only doing a small little area, right? Get your little reed, yeah, your little thing sticking out. Right, dip it into basing glue. Try and do a quite big area, right? Because you can cut it down. Put too much glue on there, right? So I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that the area that I've done? Yeah, it's almost halfway down. Flick the switch on. Uncover it. Okay. There we are. Job done. It's finished. Okay. Finished. Right. I swept up here as well. That's another thing as well. I swept up. Yesterday I come in, or Monday I come in and I cleaned all areas. Josh is off. I had to clean all my own area. I'm not happy. So the guys are laughing at me. Right, okay, and then all you do now is you're going to make the bulrush, right? Which is going to be smaller than the ones that I've done on the other swamp, right? Because it's a smaller scale. I say, sorry, not smaller scale, but it's a smaller area, so we don't want it to look out to scale. Okay, so just pinch the top off, right? Because that you see that naturally anyway, right? And then we're going to make the size of the bulrush, right? So all it is just stripping back the 1 mil grass that we've put on there, right? Yeah. Okay, just gonna have a quick look. It might be all right. Take this a little bit off, but yeah, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then what I tend to do then is hold it in tweezers on one side and clip it then. I need a small clip because it's going into a small area, and then we stick it in there. And then bit of super glue. If I can find it. Where have I put that? There. Yeah. Super glue onto the lid. Wash it around in the super glue. Activator ready. Stick it in the middle of the bush. And zap it. And hopefully, ta-da, we have a bulrush. Yeah, can you see that, Dean? Yeah, that now you can you? Yeah, that type of thing. Okay, right. So that's the type of thing. I mean, that's going to stick out of the work. It might be way oversized, right? It might be, you know what I mean, but it's just an idea for you guys, right? Okay, right. And then so these I've just noticed now will be great for small. They crack inside. So that little thing that I've got, I'm just going to chop up into small pieces because I'm going to use it as debris in the river. Okay, so I got small bits per there. Sorry, in the river, in the pond, right? And I want to put some small stones, right? So I'm going to get them out, right? Because I want slate, but I want flat slate, but I want it sort of sprinkled on there, right? So again, get your brush. And I'm going to make reeds out of these as well, right? So that's the thick one that I use for the bulrush, but I'm going to show you how to make reeds out of. It's the same principle, but I'll show you what they look like then when I done it. But I want that. So fine brush. There's my fine brush. So I need to stick some down here. So I want a bit of glue down here. It's going to be quick because this glue's going off. Glue tweezers, bit of flat stones. Stick them down, and I want them flat because I want them underneath the resin. The water. Sorry, I keep saying resin because I'm using resin things. Yeah, nice and small. Yeah, and then we'll put some over here. Okay, and then just try and pick some up. They're probably better off using my hands. Plonk them in the glue. There we go. Okay, and then we still got some glue there. So what I'm going to do is put just a little bit of foliage around them. Not too much. Okay, and then my other colour, just to break it up. There we go, there's a little bit of thing. You can start to see, I mean, it's starting to look like a pond. Yeah, you know what I mean, that sort of, it might be a garden pond, it's starting to look like, you know what I mean, but it is what it is. But the shine, you can see the shininess underneath there, like, you know what I mean, so that's what it's starting to look like. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do now, I'm going to try and dress around the area with some tufts. And remember now, last week I was using, we got some of these that I'm testing out. Okay, right, so this is, you know what I mean, foliage tufts that I'm going to do. They're on a 10mm, right, so I'm going to just sort of peel them off as normal, right, peel them off, okay, and then split them up. Okay, they got foliage on top. I'm testing them. I'm going to see what they look like. Okay, so something like that, right, with a clump foliage on top, right, a bit of foliage on top, yeah, and like I do as usual, stick it in. I missed. Stick it in, and then stick it on. It might be oversized. I have got other colours. No, I don't like it. It's too big. It's too big. So there we go. You've got to test them. So we've got spring 4mm here, right? So there's 4mm size. Okay, it's thinner size. That might be about right. Again, pick the tuff up. and break it up, because you don't want that rotten great big tuft. Come on. Okay, and then that's just stuck to me. Get off. No, well, that just broke up a little bit. That's quite smart. So, bit of glue. Stick it down on an area. Again, once that dries now, we can then fluff around with it. Okay, and then some more. Okay, I'm just going to use the self-adhesive on this one. I normally stick it down for, for permanent, for it to be permanent, but to be fair, we're going straight onto resin and there's hardly any foliage there, so, or any like dust and stuff like that, which contaminate the glue, so we'll just stick it around. But a different colour, so I've got dead 4mm here. Oh, actually, so I've got forest ground cover ones as well. I'll bring them out and I'll show you now. Josh is slacking again. Happy birthday, thank you, mate. Did you use the WWS basing glue? Yeah, sorry, yeah, basing glue. I should tell you as I go along, I'm afraid. You know what I mean? WWS basing glue. WWS foliages that we're going to use, yeah. The foliage scatters. They're going to be out soon. I'll be telling you when they're coming out. The tufts, yeah, all tufts. We got a massive range of tufts. Yeah, they're all available. So same principle. Yeah, pinch a bit off, and then all we're doing is just adding a different colour. That's all, because you know me, I don't like green. Grass is not just green, right? I'll bring it up. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see that a bit more. That might be better. And then I'll bring it up. Oh, that's making all that pattern's making it fuzzy look. Does it make it look fuzzy?
Yeah.
It does it? So let me go back out, and then I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up too. I'm starting to get a lot of stuff around me now. Okay, so same principle again. Like I said. No, it's this one in it. Rip it off. Stick it down. Yeah, so that's 4mm tufts going on there, right? Okay, so I'll show you. Right, yeah, you can see it's dressing it out quite nicely. Yeah, works quite well. And what we'll do then is look at, I got a bit of debris then I want to stick on then as well, in and around. So maybe just round there. So again, basing glue, brush there. I need so I got a bit of glue on the tweezers, yeah. So all I do is just a bit of wet and dry, fine wet and dry, and then just clean the glue off. There we go. I need some smaller pieces. It just pings off. It goes somewhere. I'm going to clue where it goes. Yeah, you can barely see that, but when you pick it up and you're going to look at it, you will then you go, ah, right, okay. And I got other colours there, so I'm going to trim them down a bit and put them in there as well. A bit too big. There we go. That one just sort of sets it up. Yeah, happy with that. Right, so I'm going to ask Dean now to do me a favour, because I didn't get it ready and I'm ready for water. Is that I need, if you come to me, Dean, you can see there's a cup there with a spatula in. Yes, and then I want part A and part B, please, mate. Should be says underneath it. Have a look underneath. Yeah. So one should be runny, one should be thick. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, lovely. Thank you very much. So the way I call it, we got part. Yeah, part. So there's a resin. There's the resin. There's the activator. Okay. Right. Done on scales. Excuse me, I've got to get my scales. Oh, down on scales. And the weight. Now this is, some of the stuff is not dry on here, right? So I'm hoping it'll work. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to stick a tuft. Right? I'm going to strip a tuft and stick a tuft sort of like so it's grass growing out. You know, they would get that. You know what I mean? But then pour it carefully so I don't pour the top over the top. Yeah, you know what I mean? So put them to the side. Right. So I'm going to use a 10mm tuft. Right. So this is wild meadow 10mm tuft. I'm going to pick a little bit off, right? Stick it down. I'm not worried about it. What I call the stickiness, right? Because it's going to be stuck with the glue and with the water anyway, right? So same thing again, right? Not too big, right? And then in a deeper area, I need my glasses on because I can't see. Because there's an area there that's got nothing in it. Stick it down. Okay, and now if I bring that up the camera, you can just see the height, and then yeah, right, you can just barely see that, right? You know what I mean? Okay, and then that's it, right? That's all I wanted. And obviously I wanted to do the reeds with these, just to show you what you can do with the reeds with these, right? These are stiffer, thicker reeds, right? But again, you need bunch them up, get them flat, all flat. Get a daub of super glue, which is there. Dunk them into the super glue, right? So you've got loads of super glue around the bottom, okay? And then activate that, wash. And then when you open your fingers, you find out that you can't open them. Oh, yes. Yes. So I've been practicing with rock faces. Let me just show you what I got. Yeah. Okay. Something I molded myself. Oh, you probably can't hear me now. Okay, so this is something I've done. Camera one. I'll move on. I'll leave that dry a little bit, then I can work. So I'll chew the fat on this one, all right? So Jason just come up with that one now, right? Okay. Frying fish and chips. Yeah. Okay, so you did that last week. You must be you want a chippy then, mate, is it? So that's something. Oh, I've got a 3 minute. So that's something I've done. Yeah, you know what I mean, weathered and stuff like that. Right, that's full on weathering. And then grass on the top. That's something I was practicing on. Right, okay. There's one rock face that I've done, small one, and then obviously there's another rock face I've done. Okay, you know what I mean. That's pretty. That's the size of the palm of my hand. Right, you know what I mean. So go to one again. Right, so you know what I mean, that you would have it, you put it into your model like that, right? So our modelling metals when they come out, you know what I mean, around there, right? And there's a rock face, you know what I mean, with an overhang and the trees growing out of that and stuff like that. I like that idea. I'll have a play around with that, and you know what I mean. That is a good shout actually, mate. You know what I mean. That is something that's a future stream. That'd be a good one. It's long. I mean, I've tried to do something that I can on this stream because the last couple I've sort of done, you know what I mean, over a couple of days. So I'm showing like our resin, the resin things that we can do. You can do straight away. I mean, I'm almost done now. As soon as I pour this, that's pretty much what I can do on that one, and I can crack on with that one if I wanted to. But you know what I mean, it's exactly the same as what this one is. You know what I mean. But I'm going to do it on a diorama. Put this into a diorama. Actually, there is something I'm looking at, which I need to add a bit more. So a little bit of glue, because that stone has got no. see if that comes out. Yeah, well, that's a bit better. That come out. You can see it. Go to 3 on the stone there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I think it's the right colour as well underneath. You know, I mean, I'm quite happy with that. So here we go. 2 parts of A to 1 part of B. Okay, and we don't need a lot. Okay, we do not need a lot at all, and we just need to keep making sure that I know which one's which. I need to label them up really. I have got them labelled, part A and part B, but you just look at a quick sniff. Yeah, that's the resin. And then this one should smell of ammonia. Yeah, that's the go-offy bit. That's the stuff of go-offy bit. So we only need 2 parts of this. And then one of these. So we just do 5. Should go off. One dribble. There we go. Okay, and the trick that I've learned on this one, some of the ones that I've done before, okay, has had a haze over the top, right? Especially when we test in our water. There's a sort of like a, so it looks like loads of bubbles, really tight bubbles is closed, right? That's on it, but it's not, right? It's just, I don't know what it is, right? So it's just literally take your time, stirring in really slowly, and don't rush. You don't need to rush. Yeah, just leave it. Just gently stir, because if you stir too vigorously, you obviously put bubbles into it, right? So just stir it away. You know what I mean? Pass the time. Have a look out the window. It's not, you can't make yourself a brew because obviously you need to stir, right? But gently, but really get it mixed in, right? Really mixed in, okay? And Amy, just so you know, I am going to pour water, right? So, because this is your favourite bit, isn't it?
Take some pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, not yet, mate. I'll give you a shout when I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry, mate. So yeah, only I think Jesse said that. So you can have a what do you call it?
You
No, I'm talking to the guys on the thing. He says, Jesse, you want me? That'd be a good idea. You're gonna have one on your layout, do you, mate? You know what I mean? So maybe you should do a stream on that one, then, or you work on it. But I do seafoam, you know that, right? I want to do seafoam orchids. I've had a question from a wargamer actually to make cotton plants, and I got a good idea how to do it. I got 2 ways of doing it. Was I going to test it? One of it's obviously seafoam tree. Yeah, well, they both be seafoam tree, but it's the product on top. Right, that's the thing that we got to that I need to look at. How to do that? You know what I mean? What product I got? So I've got my snow product that I've got, and I've also got a white flower flock, which is really fine. But it's how to get that ball onto it. So I gotta think of that, how to do it. Oh, Craig's in. Morning, Craig, Northern Wales. Just in time for water. Yeah. Yeah, that's not what I got. So I'm gonna let me just sort of make a space around here now, so you guys can see. I got that to stick in first. So we'll carry on stirring a little bit more. And then the overhang, that'll be the one. How to do an overhang? You'll have to send me some photos of an idea you got on overhang, mate. Right, and I'll have a look at what I call it, a cliffside with overhang. Yeah, maybe like I'm thinking of like The Hobbit. I don't know why. I don't know why that's coming to my head at the moment. So just stirring in that. What I call it, just trying to be as gentle as you can, not to create as many bubbles as I can, because you've got really fine bubbles. Right. One of the reasons, like I've said, is because of I can smell my beer. Yeah. And that's Amy's hands, but there you can see.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. Go on. We know. I mean, the guys know that you're there. Okay, so I'm going to leave that settle a little bit now, right? And I'm going to use these, right? Like I'm going to stick them in. So, Dean, come and see. Roll on, Josh. Josh is on the button. Yeah, Dean's like a fart. Okay, so take the clumpy area off. Okay, and then half of it falls off, and then get down to scale, and then you just shoot Amy with them. They go everywhere. Yeah, and they are a little bit stiffer to put in, right, guys? They are, you know, what I mean, because obviously, but they do add a different colour to it and stuff. And then dip it into super glue, okay, and then put them in an area that you can hide the base, right by there, and then quick spray to set them off, and that's it. That's as simple as that. Yeah, that was simple as that. Right. Okay. So the last bit that we're going to do now is the water, and I'm praying I've made enough. Yeah, right. I mean, it always, if it's live, it happens. Let's see what happens then. Right. Okay. So put that on somewhere for now. Put it over there, and then pour some water. So Dean, keep it on that print, right? Okay, and then all I'm going to do now is just gently, like I said, I don't want you to go over that grass area that I got it, because I want the grass coming out of the water. But I also want to cover, I think, do you know what? I've been bang on here. I think so, just with the drips. Okay, so just I've literally just made enough. Just. But what we can do now, right, is get the stick, because we need to just. It's funny that everybody loves the water. I got Dean and Amy now looking at me both, because they both love that water. When you pour water, it's something, because it's not very used that much, especially not by me anyway. Like, I mean, and people sort of shy away from it. But when you get the water done, people are like, "Hey, water, I love it." You know what I mean? So,
Really low spot there.
right. I got Dean telling me I got a low spot. Yeah, right there is it. Okay,
No, oh, that's it. Right
up there is it. Okay, that's alright. That's alright. Okay, so you know what I mean. All you want to do now is make sure that you haven't got it sort of like looping like that. You know what I mean, where it sort of bowls like that type of thing, because you've got to try and blend it into the surrounding. And the other thing I'm going to test now, and I might ruin it, right? Might ruin it, but I'm going to have a go anyway. Okay, and that is a bit of algae on top. Go to 3, Dean. Okay, it might sink down, it might not go off, it might not do whatever it wants to do, but seems to be staying on the top. It should just go off as normal, okay? Right, but I've got, so now I've got, so what I've got go to 1. Damn, we should be quicker then. Amy's right for there. She's literally right for there. So what I got now, I got algae on the bottom, sitting on the bottom, right? And you can see it's deep in there, right? So I'm trying to put algae on the top, right? So you've got 2 different levels, so you can see the water level. Right now we've got a bank coming up, so all you're relying on is the depth that I've tried to create with the resin, right? So what I'm trying to do is some of it looks like it's sticking up, right? So I'm trying to create that depth, right, with the, you know what I mean, with algae on the bottom and algae on the top, right? And it's all right. It seems to be all right. Some of it's sunk. I also need to cover, I've got some mistakes on the bottom, right? So I want to cover that because you can see the clear resin where the paint hasn't taken properly. Okay, let's try a different colour. And this is a bit heavier, this is now, right? So go to 3, Dean, please. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Well, we've got to be careful of it now that it dries. That, so me, if I can zoom in on that. How's that? That's Dean, yeah? Yeah. So there's a bit of grey area, but you can see it. There's a grey area. There's a bit of grey area and stuff like that. But once this is dry, then I can sort of dress around. I can play around with it, because once it's dry, it's fine. But you've got. It's quite hard to see. You can see it there, maybe, right underneath there. You've got where it's dark and deep. Yeah, it could be hard for you guys to see it on camera, but well, Amy's right by the side of me. You can see the different depth levels now. Yeah, do you know what I'm talking about? From there to there. But also see where it's pooled around there.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't have that, so you need to break it. Yeah, you need to get it so it's. I can see that it's like a ring around it.
Oh, okay.
So you need to push it in to it. Okay. There we go, guys. A bit of that 2.5 hours. How long have we been on? 2.5 hours, Dean?
Yeah,
something like that, yeah. Okay, so I mean, there's not much more I can do on that one. I mean, I can do that one again if you want me to, but it's exactly the same with what I've done there, like, guys. You know what I mean? So, but there is, you know what I mean, using one of our resins, right? Coming up with a, you know what I mean, a pond. Yeah, you know what I mean, you'd see that in the bottom, someone's gone, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, oh, there's Amy. Yeah, so you'd see, you know what I mean, you would see that in the bottom of the garden, or, you know what I mean, you definitely see that in, you know what I mean, up on the top of a mountain somewhere, or, you know what I mean, on a plateau or something like that. Like I said, that's the small one. I can do the big one. I'll finish the big one off, maybe. I keep saying I finish things off. I never do. Right, but I need to do it because I want to put it on the diorama anyway, like, you know what I mean? So, but, what do you think, guys? You know what I mean? Much better super effect. Yeah. We caught that, yeah, they got it. Much better. Wow, now that looks really good. Thank you very much. It looks like it's gone off. Garlic now. Yeah. That's lush, thank you, Kat. Yeah, good stream. Press the like. Yeah, great, cool. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Jutson's walking through the door now. Yes, I am live, but they all know you, Mark. So
you're still going.
We still go, and we still go. You know what I mean? So I just finished a dio, a small dio using our resin. What I call it. It'll be nice when it's finished. Yeah,
when you finish it, I'll have a look.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Mark. He go away. Yeah.
I'm going.
But you can see, right, 2.5 hours, guys, right, you know what I mean, go to 3, that one, sorry, 2.5 hours, and we come up with something. I know it's a small little thing like that, like, you know what I mean, but it's come up with a cracking little piece. Go back to 3, yeah. So they want to listen to me, they want to see the piece that I've done, yeah, we've come up with a cracking little piece, like, you know what I mean, so once it's dry, I'll move it around and show you exactly what I've done and stuff like that, right? But the resin was there ready for you to go. Yeah, we've used water again, like, you know what I mean. Again, using water live, you know what I mean. It's not a lot of modelers do, you know what I mean. Not a lot of people do, like, it tends to go, oh, what's happening? But I'm quite happy with that. If that stays on the top, chuffed. If it sinks down, don't matter. I can still put glue on top then and put it through, right? But it definitely has given that depth. It definitely has given that, you know, I mean, instead of having it a low like that, my only concern is that I can see, I can't break that, what I call it. I can see it's ringing around the there's a low point there as well. So I might have to have a play around with it when it starts to go off a little bit more, just to make sure that it's behaving itself. Excuse me, I am having a look. But we definitely got a depth. And we got, you know, I mean, the colour's quite nice. You can see it through there. It's quite nice. I mean, even with the paint, sort of, you're going to see where I'm going to point to him. You can see where the stripes are, stuff like that I've got up there. That's definitely, you know what I mean. But it's added to it. I'm looking at the camera now, and it's adding to it, big style. So, you know what I mean. Ta-da! There we go. I think that's it. Go to camera 3, camera 1, mate. Right, okay, guys. Short one today, yeah, because I only did a small one. What I call it. Next week will be a bigger build, yeah. So maybe there's something I can, you know, I mean, you guys are asking for what I call it, cliff faces, and I know there's something big on the Facebook group, so that may be something that we can do. You know what I mean? And that'll be a build over a couple of weeks. Maybe we can, you know what I mean, incorporate this then as well into it. I know I'll ask Amy to get some really good shots at it. Now we've got to be careful moving this around because we've got stuff on top, Amy, anyway, right? But we'll talk about it. So maybe we can do that as well, right? You know, so ready for the Facebook group. And I know Amy did a little video of me sneakily. I didn't know it was going out, but cracking little video. So, you know what I mean, that worked well. I actually didn't paint the wood, and it's come out quite smart. I quite like it. I like that colour. Right, go to 3 again. Sorry. Yeah, it stands out. Right, and I mean, it might not be everybody's cup of tea, right? But I'm pretty sure that everybody else will want to colour. Yeah, send me some samples, Jace. We'll have a look, mate, and I'll see what I can do. Right, I got some stuff here that I need to try out anyway, so that might be a cracking idea anyway, right? Don't forget, a continuation on from last week, right, is modelling Martyn's offers, is the deboller, right, guys, I'll send out a video again and show you what's going on, right, and Amy's just gone straight through my camera.
Oh, sorry.
That's alright, that's the main one, they can see you on that one. Yeah,
Gonna try and get some close-ups.
yeah, Amy's going to try and get some close-ups, so camera 14, there are, there's a shot, there's a couple of shots, there's the, it's not the best of cameras,
No.
I know, you know what I mean, so we'll probably get some better shots.
I'll take some photos.
Yeah, we'll get some photos on there for you, right? Okay, so we got Amy straight across the front. We've got it. Dean's useless!
I'll get out of it.
Yeah. I don't mind Amy in the camera, Dean's useless. Wally at 2 p.m. Guys, Wally at 2 p.m, good one today, right? But a really good one coming up as well with Pete Waterman. Keep us, Andy, if you would, please keep us posted. You can post on our Facebook group when you go on live with him, that'd be fantastic. To help everybody. John, yeah, great. I hope, you know, I mean, it was a sort of continuing from last week, but I just wanted to show you our resin ponds and stuff like that, right? It is going to carry on them techniques. So if I do a cliff face, I might do a waterfall around it as well. Yeah, you know what I mean? So coming over the top and stuff like that. I've never done a waterfall, and I'm only now starting to play with water, right? You know what I mean? So it's something I really want to do, really get into, right? You know what I mean? We got the product ready for it, yeah, you know what I mean? Which will be released, but I want to show you, you know what I mean, how good it is and what we can do. But I've never done it, and do I do it live on camera? I'm pretty sure you guys are forgiving me if I do something wrong anyway, right? You know what I mean? So we should be fine on it. Yeah, cool. All right, thanks, mate. Like I said, Modern with Martyn. Join the Facebook group, right? We are all, you know, if you haven't, right? Jason's already sending me stuff. I am off next. I'm off Thursday, Friday. I say off. I'm never off. I just do. I mean, I'm at home. But I'll have a look. It might not be next week if we can do it, Jess. But you know, what I mean, I'm pretty sure it's something that we'll have a look at. You know, what I mean, I'll get together with the team when Josh is back as well, and Dave. And we'll have a think of what we can do. Maybe get Dave to sculpt up the big model for me. He's pretty fast when he does that. You know what I mean? And we've got some ideas. You know what I mean? Get the boys a nice break, and I say boys, get the guys a nice break, I should say. phone now, Andy. Yeah, see if he remembers to put it on silent. No, I don't phone me yet. It's top secret talking. Always got to remember to make sure that we always off. I hate it whenever we end stream. I'm like, don't say anything. Wait, because because know me, I'll swear or something like that, and or do something stupid. Good live. Model Wednesday. Yeah, right. Yeah, like I said, little bit of work. Most of you have done it anyway. I'm gonna try things on here now. I've decided myself. I'll try things on here now that some maybe you guys are a little bit reticent to do because you don't want to cock up the model, right? So like I've just done here now, it's worked a treat. Okay, so far. Let's see what it's like. Next week now, we'll get some photos done throughout the week, and I'll show you next week when it's dry to say, guys, it worked a treat, right? So that way then you'll be confident going forward and maybe doing something like that. So if it's anything you want me to try, with the water or something like that, give me a shout and we'll do what, we'll try it. I'm deciding now that it's better if I cock my model up, because I can just chuck it in the bin because I got plenty of stuff. You guys spend good money on your modelling stuff. You don't want to try something and cock it up. Right, so and it's trial and error with me. Like I said, I haven't used water that much anyway, so happy days. I'm waffling now, right? So I'm going. Like I said, Model with Martyn offers. Don't forget, right? Use your Facebook group discount on there as well, right? The D-baller went fantastic. That's why I've gone again. Next week, maybe some of these ponds or something like that. To get your hands on. Or the resin gates, well, they're out there anyway. So do the resin, fences and stuff like that, right? We'll have a good one, right? So thanks. Bit shorter one again. A little bit longer than last time, but a bit shorter than this time, like 2.5 hours. It was a short one anyway because of the model anyway, because it was small. Maybe I should have done on the bigger one, but it was just over and over and over and over again. I never used water, so anything will be new to me. Yeah, same here. I think I have done a big pour on a big one, but I've never done a thick one. I did do one small one like that for a competition, but I never entered. It didn't work. So I've got nice little resin ponds and stuff. Great to show as usual. Catch you all next week. Yeah. Stay tuned on the group. Yeah, like I said, Craig wants his couple of pints off me, so I think we've only got to get a few more, and that's job done. Other than that, stay safe. Yeah, keep following all the guidelines, blah blah blah, and and hope you enjoy the rest of the World Cup. No more rugby. Oh no, France Friday. Oh, France! Come on, everybody's Scottish now, right? Everybody's Scottish. We've got one Scotland to win, and that's the last I'm saying to it. Guys, stay safe. Any messages, send them to me later on. I'll answer. Amy, like I said, we'll get some photos of this and probably a sneaky video, and we'll go from there. All the best now. Thanks very much. Right, I got to get my mouse. This is how I say goodbye to you professionally. Hang on. Okay.